Like the video and subscribe right now, and this doggo will give you extra smarts. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Your mom is ready. Click to plow. Yeah, can't farm without a good hoe. He literally said phone. Brother, she is 55. That's what happens when you mix Lebanese and Latino genes. What's a Lebanese? When a girl likes another girl. There's a reason for that. Planes got no pussy. I'm sure the internet has pictures to prove you wrong. No way. Oh my god, I was wrong. Lana Raids is now against adult industry after being taken advantage of while doing porn. Just trying to tie the loose ends before her son finds out. Your app name is Lil plus the last reason you were in the hospital. Lil suicide attempt. Without saying what the category is, what are your top 5? Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Chernobyl, Fukushima, Paris. What's the difference between a Catholic priest and a wristwatch? Nothing. 12 is the highest they'll go. Not quite wholesome, but definitely touching. At least acne waits until you're 14 to come on your face. My boyfriend took me to get unders and he wanted to embarrass me, so he said real loud, "I can't wait to rip these off with my teeth." And I replied with, "Seriously, you need to stop. You're my brother." I won. US federal prison cell, ADX Supermax in Colorado. $40,000 a year college dorm. Always gotta be positive. People would kill to get a place like this. Lana Raids thoughts on the adult industry. Baby was a group project. Why does everyone on dating apps like hiking so much? It's their way of saying no fats and or disableds. You wind up in hell after you die. When you arrive, Satan informs you that it's just regular life, but you have to pick a minor inconvenience to plague you for all eternity. What do you pick? You go blind for 60 seconds after every orgasm. That is creative. But why? Because it adds a little danger to driving. Julius sees a new Cleopatra more than anyone, even giving her the Golden Mouth nickname, as she was extremely talented for blowjobs. A normal conversation. That mouth was the 8th wonder of the world. Making sure he's not smuggling any books out of school to give to his sister. Just found out that Kim Jong-un spent his teenage years living in Switzerland. His friends in school had no idea who he was. His classmates described him as very competitive. Was it an art school? Round 2. Best typo of the year. Chapter 8. Beethoven's later years. In the years after Napoleon's rise and fall as Emperor of France, Beethoven was in a flurry of musical writing. Being dead did not stop him in the slightest from recovering quickly and going on with his music. Sure, it was much harder, but he got through it. He's my favorite classical decomposer. Sometimes, holding on does more damage. Me letting 100-pound steroid-fueled attack pit bull go off in a children's park. You've just been kidnapped. You're in a moving vehicle and not blindfolded. What do you say to your kidnapper? Thank you. It's been a long time since I feel that I'm wanted by someone. If you scroll far enough through the calendar, you will unknowingly scroll past the day of your death. All knowingly. You okay, bro? Oh, yes. Totally. It was just a dark joke. I have absolutely no intention of doing myself in. I do appreciate you reaching out, though. You're a decent bloke. But seriously, just a joke. And for me, I like them dark. Don't worry, bro. Killing himself is the last thing he'd ever do. Coincidence that Xbox servers are down on Mother's Day weekend? I think not. I've jacked off 8 times since your system's been down. You'll need to fix this as soon as possible, or I'ma need a new pair of balls by the morning. If you 16 and pregnant, I'm not giving up my seat on the bus. You stand there and think about what you did. I recently gave a pregnant 16-year-old my seat in the bus. Wasn't the best way to lose my job. In 5 years I have quit porn, lost 42 pounds, got married, started writing, bought a house, reformed my faith, stopped doing drugs, trained for and won a fight, got out of credit card debt. Don't think you're stuck. Get after it. Imagine how much better those accomplishments would feel on drugs. He broke up with me. Avanti, don't be disheartened. Just think about the ad revenue this video will get. Gentle reminder. 64,000 dislikes. Body count? -7. I'm 16. I have my own body and 3 in the basement, so 4. Tupac Shakur's driver's license states his weight at 168 pounds. The official coroner's report of Las Vegas had his weight at 215 pounds, which is a 47 pounds discrepancy. He was full of lead when the coroner weighed him. GTA 5 does not have speed bumps. I mean, they prefer to be called pedestrians, but they are in there. Post mentions Israel. Comment section. You hate Israel because of their treatment and hypocrisy towards the Palestinians. I hate Israel because I'm anti-Semitic. We are not the same. What is the one thing you should always buy new? Safety gear. I was gonna say condoms, but I feel like yours covered it. If nuclear war began in the next 10 minutes, what is your plan? Die. Your last name is your ancestor's job. People with last name Armstrong. I worry for people with the surname Dickinson. Shrek's instructor. I have a shirt like that, but it says offender instead of instructor. You got a shirt. They only gave me a card and an ankle monitor. I didn't know there was other merch. What's the brokest y'all have been? Card declined on ramen noodles. I was buying one bag. Cashier said, man, just take it. A man hired a prostitute to come to his hotel room and answered the door to his own daughter. The dad. The daughter. Family discount. Help. Source code. Wasn't it easier to draw 2 towers? The perfect Craigslist gig doesn't exist. Be naked at my sister's wedding, Lower East Side. My sister is having an outdoor wedding in New Cannon Court. In May, I want someone to be naked in the woods TTD to run through the wedding. In order to ruin it, I will protect you from my family. What was the pay? Exposure. Inflatable bed for your car. Car Shrek's just got a hell of a lot easier. Or homelessness. To kinds of people. You could put a dead body there and put a blanket on it, and people would think they were just sleeping, and it would be a great way to transport dead bodies inconspicuously. If we've learned anything from the Depp vs. Herd defamation trial, it's that a small herd can generate a lot of shit. A small herd of cows found their way into a newly built home in Montana and lived inside for about a month before being noticed. How do guys calculate girls' age in the first meeting? You have to cut them in half like a tree and count the rings. This Hawaiian mushroom makes women orgasm just by smelling it. Hey Bath and Body Works, we have a new scent request. Is it too late to abort? I'm 34. I'm not a lawyer, but you can Google rules specific to you by typing Rule 34. In this case, you're looking for information about abortion, so include that in your search. Good luck. Oh Jesus. Make a pattern with your first and third emoji, and let's see how cute it is. Here's mine. Giving blowjob to Shrek, while telling us it's okay. As a dungeon master, have you ever killed a player? Yeah. How did your group handle it? They dug a hole in the backyard. What? What's the most illegal thing you can do with $1? Change it to 100 pennies, put them into a sock, and beat someone to death with it. Brazil has nearly 60,000 murders. Here's a map to put that number in perspective. Brasil numero 1 Campeão Panta. This is not an award show. Campeão do Mundo. I agree with the person below me. This person has 500 gigabytes of child porn. What is the world record for sleeping? 3 days, 6 days, 11 days, 21 days, about 6 years. My grandma's still going strong. It's funny how despite being an evil empire, the Fire Nation was the only country that allowed women into their army. Girls can commit war crimes too. Wordle removes fetus answer following attack on abortion rights. Oh, so when they remove fetus it's fine. Whoever tried stealing my car this morning, you left your ID in here. Please return it to that person, it was a honest mistake. Please return it to that person, it was a honest mistake. Chances are you've seen a stranger the day they died. You don't have to leave it to chance. Why don't we give people aged 70 to 90 cocaine? I mean, like, if we really just let our bodies rot and are tired/sore all the time just ducking, load them up on some uppers and get the boomers active with some efficient coke use. What problem are you trying to solve with this? Grammar's gotta go. Never ask a man his salary, a woman her age. Imagine how they got the panda death sound. Making a $250 cheeseburger in my truck. Imagine going to your car all night and randomly seeing someone wiping his knife while talking to himself. Depression soup. 1/3 cup ketchup, 2/3 cup boiling water. Combine in a mug, stir and you have depression soup. Found a very sad recipe in my mom's old depression cookbook. It took me a moment to realize that depression as in the era of depression and not the emotional state of being. If a villain wins, he becomes the hero of the story told afterwards. Welcome to how history works. Imagine dying and, after you see blackness for hours, you see a message saying, you can now play as Luigi. Maybe if we didn't give serial killers such cool names like the Night Stalker, and we'd instead call them the Small PP Killer, and we'd have less serial killers. Me and my dad did this in Walmart once. Did you get caught? Bro, it's Walmart, the employees don't care enough to stop anything. Stan Larkin lived for 555 days without a heart. He wore an artificial heart in a backpack 24/7 for 555 days, which pumped blood around his body and kept him alive. He has received a full heart transplant after getting a donor. Imagine someone tries to steal his backpack and rips his heart out. Who would win in a fight? Remy, I hate this debate. He's a street rat, he would absolutely clobber Stuart with his bare hands. Stuart hasn't worked for anything in his life. Remy knows struggle. Stuart is a little bitch. Kirby just swallowed you. What ability did he get? Diabetes. She looked like the Predator, no cap. 3 boys let a Black Widow spider bite them hoping to become Spider-Man. Instead they became Uncle Ben. Mom died of dementia. Grandma died of dementia. Dad died of dementia. Granddad died of dementia. Me, I'm in danger. Oh, don't worry, you'll forget eventually. Billionaire Russian oligarch Alexander Sabatin has reportedly died after an anti-hangover treatment that involved toad poison. Alexander Sabatin was a former top manager of Russian oil company Lukoil. Lukoil, Russia's second largest oil company, called for an end to the war in Ukraine in March. Poor Larry getting smashed by the log. I'd smash Larry with my log too. There is still time to delete this. What is the shiftiest fan base in the world ever? According to me it's BTS armies. Like, I'm not a hater of BTS, but they literally have the shittiest fan base of all time. Sorry to the armies, but yeah, Hitler has a pretty toxic fan base these days. How powerful are you now? You became your username. Cumrag. Well, great. Call true. Just finished. I'm gonna need you. I believe in Dr. Shannon Curry supremacy. Doesn't she? Looks like Joker is going to ruin her life very soon. Ostriches raised in captivity sometimes become shrexually attracted to humans. Imagine being the person who found this out the hard way. Georgia man kept deceased mother in freezer 4 years for casual Shreks. That is one cold mother ducker. It's racist to point this out. You should think about how this might make an African American feel. What? He can have plastic if he wants. It might be part of his culture. Again, what? Me. Hey Siri, my dad died. Siri, I'm sorry. Do you want me to cheer you up? Me. Tell me a joke. Siri, knock knock. Me. Who's there? Siri, not your dad. If you had to legalize a crime, what would it be? Speeding in school zones. America's childhood obesity problem can easily be solved by kids running for their lives to get home. Iron Hand of Gotz von Berlichingen. Plus 20 limb. Plus 12 attack strength. Plus 50 writing skills. Plus 100 badassery. Minus 5 soberness. The Iron Hand of Gotz von Berlichingen, 1480 to 1562, a knight and mercenary who lost his right arm in a siege. Points about this. It was shot off by a cannon. He continued being a knight for over 40 years after getting the Iron Hand. It was delicate enough he could still write with a quill using it, which is important as he was described as a warrior poet. After a merchant punching life suitable for an Elder Scrolls protagonist, he was outlawed by the Holy Roman Empire. Friends of his used a high diplomacy role and a bribe to get him out, and he then almost immediately kidnapped a bishop. After outlaw of the Holy Roman Empire to Electric Boogaloo was placed under house arrest in a castle he had purchased with all his quest rewards, to spend the next 20 years drunk off his ass. I can't believe you'd make this post and not mention that his poetry contains the first known usage of the phrase lick my ass. I'm choosing to believe that the full poem read lick my ass, for I cannot wipe to your wives and your mothers. I lay the pipe that those here assembled become most hype, and was later recited aloud incredibly quickly to a fire beat like some kind of late medieval version of 8 Mile. I can't prove that happened, but I choose to believe. Tax season hitting me like. Imagine getting hit so hard you turn into an NFT. What smells good but shouldn't? I was disgusted to find that the wonderful smelling coffee roaster near my workplace was actually a pet crematorium. Let's play a game. You make a wish, a person in comments will try to ruin it. Featured comment. Cack and the carrot. Me. Gets featured comment. My last 2 brain cells. Surprised Pikachu. If you want to be featured in the next video, use hashtag dankness.